Yeah, I was very pleased. I thought certainly they had a little get-together before the game today, and Kevin talked about some things to him, and they applied it tonight. You saw a lot of hits the other way, and and what I said last night, we had some guys that got a chance to play tonight that came through. Matt Reynolds had a nice night, and you need those. You need those kind of guys when they get their chance to play, that they do something to help you.
Do you think the extra rest made Noah even more lethal tonight?
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons why I let him go as far as he did, because he got another extra day this week. We've still got a long way to go, and I'm still looking at one of the things that happened last year is we kept these guys as fresh as we could throughout the season. And you looked up in August and September last year, and they were pretty fresh. So, but he deserved to go out there in the ninth inning and see if he could get the shutout.
When you look at what Wilmer's done since taking over for David, when you see him at the plate, you see a much more aggressive hitter than you did when you saw him coming off the bench and maybe having 2 or 3 at-bats a week. What are you seeing a change in his aggressiveness? It's been pretty blatant in the batter's box.
Yeah, I mean he's when you're only getting to play once in a while, you think you put a little extra pressure on yourself because you're only getting 1 at bat sometimes. Or you're pinch hitting and then you're getting in the game and you're getting 3 at bats and you're really not that comfortable. It's a little different when you're in there on a nightly basis where the batter's box feels a little more homey to you. And so, but Wilmer, we all think he's going to hit. He has good nights like everybody else, but when he starts to swing the bat like he's capable of, he's dangerous. And one of the things we need him out of is some pop in that lineup. We know he's got it, and he had a good night tonight.
Terry, what happened with Juan before the game?
He hit in the cages, took a little break, and right before batting practice, he walked in and said, "I don't think I can play tonight." He said I could hit, and then during the time between he hit and when he kind of cooled down a little bit, his hand got real sore and real stiff, and he couldn't close his hand.
Do you think you're going to have to put him on the disabled list?
I don't know. They're going to have him looked at now, and I don't make those calls, so I don't know what they're going to do.
Any update on Neil Walker?
Hopefully Neil's in there tomorrow. He came in, felt a lot better, got some medication which helped. He just came in. I just talked to him before I walked in here, and he said, right now, I'd like to play tomorrow. And I said, well, if there's any doubts, you got to give me a heads up. And he said, if there is, I'll give you a call early in the morning. So hopefully he's in the lineup tomorrow.
Tony, you're just overall tonight. How much did you need this as a team?
Well, Tony, anytime you have you get shut out and don't look very good, and your fans are booing you, it's nice to go out there the next night and show them that, hey, look, it's one thing about our great game. We play again tomorrow. And the guys came out tonight, and again, I guess I'll give Kevin and Six some credit. Pat, they got the guys together before the game tonight and talked about the approaches at the plate, and they took it in the game and applied it, and you saw some better results tonight.
Steve.
Terry, is tonight a perfect example of why it's so important to have someone like Kelly Johnson on the team? You can come in, play whatever position you need at the last minute, and perform like that.
It's huge, Steve, and he hits the home run, and I told Dickie, I said, that is what we saw last year when we got he and Juan. You get them in the lineup, and they do something big. And, they still have the ability to go, sit for a day or so, walk in, get their opportunity, or come off the bench in a big situation and get a hit. That veteran experience, you've got to have it. You got to have it on your team. You got to have it on the bench. And, tonight I came to him I actually walked to the batting cage. He's sitting in the last group because he knows he's not in the lineup. I walked to the batting cage. I said, by the way, you're in there in left field tonight. He said, okay. And, they're not, oh man. They're not startled by anything. And yet, again, another guy who came through for us.
Was there any thought of taking Noah out after 8 innings just because of the lopsided score and not using those pitches even though he is well rested?
Yeah.
Did you have a discussion with him?
What's that?
Did you have a discussion with him?
Briefly. I said, you okay? He said, yeah, I want to go out. So.
Terry, when you look at the at-bats Matt Reynolds had tonight, he had some good at-bats for you on the road trip as well in some real big spots. Can you talk about what he can possibly offer this team? I mean, he's not going to play every day, but he's kind of gotten in there and making the most of the opportunity.
He is. He's a nice player. He's this is a good chance to show everybody that he does belong here. You know, when he came last year during the World Series, he didn't get to play, and he's always had a couple of pretty good springs, and you know, he wasn't off to the best start this year in AAA, and so when we called him up, this was a good chance to show everybody, listen, you know, I knew I was having a bad year maybe in the start in AAA, but I belong here, and I think his at-bats are showing that he can play here.
I know it's not your call with Juan, but are you getting to the point now where you do need to make a decision if he's going to keep having setbacks with that thumb?
Again, Dan, those aren't my decisions, but you know, we certainly can't be 3 men short, 3 men down like we were tonight. And that's, you know, those are issues. And I asked Juan when he came in, I kind of asked him a lot of questions about how he felt and where he was. And again, we'll have to wait till the doctors give us their assessment of where he is to decide what we're going to do.
John? I just wanted to be clear. You said he couldn't close his hand, but it's the thumb, right? It's the same thing.
Well, you know, what he did, John, is because it didn't bother him when he was hitting, and then when it started to get sore, he put his glove on, and so he tried to close his glove and couldn't. So that's when he came in and said, "I don't think I can play tonight." I can't.
It goes back to the thumb, right?
Yeah.